Hello, boys! Today the plan is going to be really simple. Actually, we're going to be learning how to drive in the beginning from this handy-dandy driver's manual, which is at least 20 years old. And that's not a joke. Hey guys, Editor Gutinfree bumping in really quickly just to remind you that this was all live streamed on my Twitch channel, which you can find down below in the description. There's a link to it. Then on Instagram, which there's also going to be a link in the description below, is going to be a story every single day, which tells you what time I'm going to be streaming. And then you can also subscribe to me on YouTube to watch it edited down like this. Thank you for all of your support. And if you thought I was kidding about the thing about this being over 20 years old, according to this handbook, the governor of New York is still George Pataki. He's never been governor while I've been alive, I don't think. Let me search up who George Pataki is. Okay, so this guy was governor up until 2006. So he stopped being governor like a few years after I was born. That's how old this book is. This book is probably 20 years old. That wouldn't be a stretch of the imagination. It's definitely over 10 years old. Alright, so let's just read the back cover first. So we have road signs you must know and recognize. See chapter 4 for further details. Right? Okay, so there's the stop sign. I think this one's pretty easy to recognize. We got a yield sign. I don't know what that is. This is why we're reading this. We're trying to learn how to drive. We got railroad crossing. I don't think this one exists in New York. I've never seen this one, but you know, whatever. I've never driven a car either. Do not enter. I've definitely seen this one before. No U-turn, no left turn. Pretty standard. Right lane ends merge left. Divided highway ends. Two-way traffic, hill ahead, slippery when wet, traffic signal ahead, merging traffic, entering from right, school crossing. This is the one where you slow down a lot.
I think they're calling you a pedophile.
Okay.
You do slow down on...
I don't want anyone to think I'm a pedophile. You're going 70 miles per hour, plowing through kids, just because you don't want people to think you're peeping at them. Okay, if I could run your kid over in a school zone, don't fucking blame me.
Keep right of the divider and hospital emergency services to the right. And this is how the cover looks. So you guys can just search up this book and tell me exactly how old it is. Again, I'm guessing it's over 20 years old. That's not a stretch of the imagination, but it could be just a few, it could be like 10 years old or something like that. Here's the beginning of the book. Once you open the cover, this is the first thing you see. It's a message from the governor, George Pataki, who is definitely still the governor of New York. Definitely didn't retire in 2006. That never happened. Alright. Dear friend. I'm his friend. I'm a friend of a politician. See? It says dear friend. Right there. Man. It's so cool to be friends with a politician. Look how suave he looks, man. He looks so happy. This is before New York ruined him. All of us want the highways in our great state of New York to be as safe as possible. Each of us can help by driving safely and considerately. Sharing our busy streets and highways with other travelers comes with significant responsibilities. They include knowing and obeying the rules of the road, giving full attention to the driving task, never operating a vehicle while impaired by alcohol, drugs, or drowsiness, and protecting ourselves from seatbelts. Alright guys, you hear that? 1, we have to be nice to others while driving, and 2, we cannot get drunk or, high before driving. This manual is designed to help you understand New York State's traffic laws and the responsibilities that accompany having a driver's license and owning a motor vehicle. I hope you find it useful. Please drive New York's roadways with caution and courtesy. George E. Pataki. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm sorry, George. But this is his signature right here. Alright. It looks like chicken scratch. That's what it looks like. But, whatever. Oh, and then we get another introduction. Pog. We get another dear friend. I got a new friend again. This one looks like a pedophile. Dear friend, whether you are a new driver or an experienced driver reintroducing yourself to New York State traffic laws and regulations, this manual will provide the basic information you need to be a knowledgeable, safe motor vehicle operator. This understanding and your experience, caution, and sense of responsibility behind the wheel are your best protection for safe driving on a public road or even in the parking lot open to the public. Oh my god, man. This guy's crazy. Part 1 of this manual explains the procedures and requirements of getting a driver's license and owning a car in New York. Part 2 describes the rules of the road and the meaning of traffic control devices. Part 3 provides valuable information about safe driving techniques and strategies. Safe driving is everyone's responsibility. The health and lives of you, your family, friends, and other highway users could depend upon how well you learn and use the information in these pages. May you enjoy many years of safe driving. And then another signature. This one actually looks a lot nicer. Right here. From Raymond P. Martinez, who used to be the commissioner of New York 20 years ago, I guess. They're asking us to become an organ donor before we go on the road. This is really important. I don't know if this charity still exists. Again, this is a book from 20 years ago about driving, but maybe it does. Let's see. Here's some phone numbers. We might prank call later. I mean, don't prank call a donation, line. That's not cool, all right? That was just a joke. Let's just read through it a little bit. Maybe there's something interesting here. What you should know if you enrolled in New York State's Organ and Tissue Donor Registry. 1. Your decision to donate will not affect your medical treatment. The organs and tissues you donate will go to the patients in the greatest need. There's no cost to the donor's family. Make sure your wishes are fulfilled. What the fuck does that mean? Tell your family you have enrolled in the registry. What? Why would they care? You're gonna have your name removed from the registry at any time. Pog you. Don't have to keep giving my organs away. After you sign up, the New York State Department of Health will mail you a confirmation letter to provide you with additional information. How to package your organs and send them out. Yeah, that's cool. For more information, call an organ procurement organization listed below. And then they have a bunch of phone numbers. I'm not going to show them on stream. I mean, I did a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I'm like 99% sure that half of these organizations don't exist. It's been 20 years. All right, so now we have the table of contents. Pog you. So, Chapter 1, driver's licenses. Chapter 2, keeping your license. Chapter 3, owning a vehicle. And then there's a Part 2, so it goes by parts. So Part 1 is information for drivers and vehicle owners. So let's go with driver's licenses. And then the first part is types of license. So let's get into that. And then, yeah, so right here we have that chapter title and Part 1 written on it. Alright, so we go into the first part, and it's just a big page of just really annoying stuff on it. Let's just read through it. You must have a valid driver's license in order to drive legally in New York State. Alright, of course, that makes sense. If you reside in or hold another license from any other state or nation, you probably can drive legally in New York. However, even if you are licensed elsewhere, you may not drive in New York State if you're under age 16. Again, this is 20 years old. I don't know if that's still true. It probably is, but all of us are probably, older than 16, so this is useful information for us. If you have moved here, you must turn in your out-of-state driver license and obtain a New York. Okay, that's not important to us. We're trying to learn for New York itself. All right, types of licenses. There's more than one type of license. It is a crime to alter or forge any motor vehicle document, including a driver's license. Fuck. I was gonna scam fucking New York State, and now they're saying it's a crime. They're saying it's a crime to forge your license, man. That was my plan. This may result in a suspension or revocation of the driver's license and criminal prosecution leading to a fine or imprisonment. So don't forge your driver's license, kids. New York State issues 6 types of non-commercial licenses. The information in this chapter applies primarily to passenger cars and motorcycle licenses. Okay, we're trying to learn how to do a passenger car, right? Whatever, just skip through the shit. There's a bunch of like other stuff that they put in of like red lines on it. Red, what are they called? Pointers, I guess? Triangles? They have like red triangles with a bunch of information on them, but like none of the information is actually important, I don't think. So we're gonna skip through that because that's like for commercial vehicles, and we're not gonna drive a commercial vehicle. At least not 20 years ago. Because this is probably false information at this point. But maybe there's some important stuff on here, I don't know. Alright, so the non-commercial licenses reviewed in their manual are Operator Class D, minimum age is 18 or 17. Then there's Junior Operator, Class DJ. Then non-CDL, so non-commercial, Class C. Then there's a Taxi, Class E. Then there's a motorcycle class M, and then there's a junior motorcycle MJ. And most of these have a requirement of at least 18 years old. But for some reason, junior motorcycle you can get at 16, which is scary because motorcycles are actually harder to drive than cars, right? Then there's also recreational vehicle or an R license. I don't know what that means. Recreational vehicles with or without air brakes are defined as commercial vehicles. Yeah, I don't know what any of that is. Alright, so we just skipped through all of that. I don't think it's really important. Like, this is just telling us about a different type of licenses. And the two wheels have the problem, dude. That two wheels means that there's less balance. Two wheels means that you're more likely to fall over. But yeah, two wheels have the problems, am I right? You're right, man. I shouldn't be questioning you. Applying for your first license, really important for us. All information and required application forms you need to apply for driver's licenses are available at any state or county motor vehicle office. So you have to go to the DMV. You have to wait in a fucking long ass line at the DMV. You remember like that scene from Zootopia where you go to the DMV and it's like fucking sloths and they're like fucking taking 10 years to just move their hand? It's like this. 10 years later, they fucking give you the fucking manual. Not even the license, just the manual on how to get it. Anyways, that's how it was in Zootopia, and I'm guessing it's the same exact way in an actual DMV. That's where the joke came from. Alright, we're gonna skip through all of that. You can just go to the DMV. That's basically what it says. Oh, there's some dollar signs here, so I'm gonna read that. Depending on your age and whether you are applying for a junior operator or for a license, your fee for a non-commercial license will be $38 to $47. Your fee will be $28 to $38 if you're over 21 years old. What the fuck is this? This is ageist, man. They're making the fee higher if you're younger. Oh, no. Okay, I got it. It's cheaper if you're trying to change an out-of-state license into an in-state license. So that's why it's cheaper, not because it's ageist. Just had to make sure. Proof of name and age. For your own protection, you must make sure who you are. You must present documents that prove your name and age. These required documents are listed on the license, permit, ID instructions, MV4411. I don't know where to find all these instructions, but I guess they're listed somewhere. All proof must be in English. Sorry for anyone who doesn't have it in English. You know, for anyone outside of the United States who has their, you know, whatever documents in a different language. Sorry for you, I guess. Documents that prove your name are assigned as a point value. You must present proofs that total 6 points or more. Okay. At least one of the proofs must have your signature. I don't have a signature, by the way. Like me personally, I don't have a signature. My signature is literally just writing my name. Because I don't know how to write in script. I know how to write in normal standard writing. That's it. I was never taught in elementary school. They were like, fuck them, we're not teaching these kids. A few examples of common proofs of their point values are listed below. Alright, each document below has a value of 6 points. Whoa, you can get 6 points from just one piece of proof? And all they need is a total of 6. So that's it? So what they need is a New York State photo driver license, permit, non-driver ID card. So literally our school ID card is enough. Because it's from New York and it has our name and stuff. And it probably has our signature on there somewhere, I don't know. You can draw your own signature on it. If you're under 21, must be accompanied by an adult. Then they basically show you all the point values assigned for each type of document. You can read through it. A passport is like 4 points, whatever. And then there's a bunch of documents that are 3 points each. So you would have to have 2 of them. Alright, each document below has a value of 2 points. They have 2-point documents as well, I guess. Oh wow, this is a really long list. This is like all the 2-point and 1-point documents. All right, we're gonna go on and see what proof of age says. So proof of age, you also must prove your date of birth. Your document must be the original or a certified photocopy from one of the issuing agencies. DMV will accept any one of these documents. And then it like lists a few. Let's just read it off. Birth certificate, photo driver's license, military separation papers, US passport, foreign passport, or immigration documents. And then they want a vision and written test. So if your vision is not good, I guess New York State doesn't want you driving. To pass the vision test, you must have 20/40 vision and at least one eye. Oh, that's not good of vision, is it? 20/40 is like fucked up vision, from what I understand. If you cannot pass this test, or if you wear telescopic lenses, contact the DMV call center for further guidance. Oh, so you can still get a license if you have fucked up eyes. It's just you have to get special permission or something like that. Then they have a learner's permit section, which is pretty important to me because I have literally never driven a car. When you pass the vision and written test, first you have to prove your name and your age, which probably takes like at least an hour because of the fucking DMV. Then you have to do the vision and written test. Then you have to get a learner's permit, which we're gonna read about right now. When you pass the vision and written test and pay your fees, your permit will be issued and you may begin learning to drive it. That's literally it. That's all it takes to become a driver. You just have to submit a few documents, pass one vision test. That's enough. Every time you practice driving, you must be accompanied by a licensed driver or at least 18-year-old who has a license valid for the type of vehicle you're driving. Okay, the problem is I don't have anyone like that in my life. Literally, my whole entire family doesn't drive. So I can't drive, I guess, unless I have somebody like who's not my family driving with me. Which I'm pretty sure is legal. Like on a permit, you're supposed to drive only with your family. Alright, however, you have an existing license or permit and are applying for a permit for a different class of license, the new permit will be valid for 1 year only. Damn. Let's go on. Preparing for road test. Safe drivers confident in today's traffic situation often find their amount of practice driving before the road test had made a positive difference when they took the road test. No shit. If you have more practice driving before the road test, you're probably going to be better at the road test. Alright, that makes sense. Before you take the test, it is very important that you have had at least 30 hours of driving practice, with at least 10 hours in moderately high traffic. Holy shit. Imagine having to sit in traffic for 10 hours just to take a test. That's literally what they're saying. This is after you get your permit. So they're assuming that if you're under 21, you're going to be driving with an adult for 10 hours of traffic. And 30 hours in total. Who the fuck has an adult who is willing to drive with them for that long? 30 hours in total and 10 hours for traffic just to take a test. I mean, I'm sure like when you go to take the test, they don't actually check if you took that. But it's recommended that you do this much driving. So much driving. Alright, road tests are given on city streets, but you also should practice driving on expressways and other types of highways. We suggest you take a high school or college driver education course. My high school doesn't have one, I don't think. Or lessons from a DMV licensed driving school. If you cannot take a course or lessons, have the person who teaches you brush up by reading parts 2 and 3 of his manual. You may not practice driving in a DMV road test area or any other restricted roads in New York City. These include the Bronx, River Park, the Sprain, Brooklyn Parkway, and any street with a park, all bridges and tunnels under the jurisdiction of the Tri-Borough Bridge and Tunnel Authority. In Westchester County, the streets and roads you are prohibited from practice driving on include these parkways. And then it says a few, but none of us are from here. Like, literally no one lives here. Who the fuck lives in Westchester County? Isn't that like in fucking upstate New York? This is such a waste of time. I think this is kind of boring, honestly. A lot of this is like stuff that I don't really want to read. I mean, they said in the very beginning this is just going to be like the preamble. Man, they have so much useless information. Non-resident and new resident drivers. Then they have license renewal fees, change of address, junior operator restrictions, all this boring ass stuff that honestly I don't really care about. I've been streaming for half an hour reading this book. Honestly, I think I have enough of reading this book for a video. So we're just gonna finish for today. Maybe we'll continue reading later. Where we stopped was actually not that short. We actually went pretty far in this book. We got to the road test, which was up to page 13, and then we stopped right there. Just as a reminder, remember to leave a like and subscribe on YouTube, as well as follow me on Twitch, because at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, I'm going to be streaming, so you can go and watch it down there. Also, I'm actually going to be streaming every single day for as long as I can go. So I don't know how long it will take, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe a year. Maybe I'll stream every single day for a year. I don't know. But for now, please leave a like, subscribe, follow my Twitch, look at my Instagram because I might change the time around for when I stream. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching.